And you're welcome back to the final course, which is dessert. And we're going to Caolán Prendergast of the Woodford Dolmen Hotel, who's doing a Sour Apple Pannacotta with Walsh Whiskey and lots and lots.
But there's a kid-friendly version. We can do two. We can do the gold version, which has the apple liqueur and the Walsh Whiskey, or we can do the PG version, which has the basic green food colour and the apple juice. So we'll take a vote. Anybody? Adults or kids version? Sure.
It's so lovely. I'm actually good getting to see this being made, because when you came down to Ballyblue,
in theory, we
yes,
might get.
I know, but when you came down and you had it all beautifully presented on the plate for the photograph that we couldn't eat,
yeah.
So this is very exciting.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it was fun now playing out in the garden. It was a bit windy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just a little bit.
Caolán had to. So when Caolán and Eileen and Cian and John all came down, and when we got that photograph taken at the cookery school a few weeks ago, Caolán plated this dessert in the middle of the gardens. It was quite windy. Luckily it wasn't raining, but it was anyway,
okay.
If he could do it in the garden, he can do it here.
Okay, perfect. Alright, so the whole reason behind this dessert was that basically we're trying to use local out of the hotel, so that's fine. So we have the Writer's Tears and the Village Dairy Cream and Milk. Another thing that we put in a couple of years ago in the hotel was we actually, from Carlow Company, we got our own beehives. And so we started producing this wonderful local honey that we started using in Everton. It was such a great hit, we ended up getting another 2. So we ended up with 3 beehives. We were harvesting 2 times a year, and we were getting maybe 60 kilos of honey a year from these wonderful beehives. And it's absolutely magic stuff. It really, it lifted a lot of the desserts. It's just a bit vague like that. Sorry, I'm going to try and cook and talk at the same time. So right now, the first step is to get the apples ready. Now these apples, again, like a lot of things here, I begged and borrowed them from a couple of friends and all that sort of stuff. But this time of year, we all have apple trees, or we all know where there is apple trees, and they all end up just like going to waste. You know what I mean? And it's such a nice little recipe, because it doesn't matter if the apples are bruised or battered or any kind of stuff. We've all these apples that we can just use up. I think you're going to stew it down basically, just like an old stewed apple. So all we're going to do is.
So these are eating apples?
Oh yeah, eating apples. Granny Smith, you can use cooking apples, eating apples, any type of apples. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. Like, we're going to add a little bit of kick to it. Like, the sour can either come from the apple, or it can come from the sour apple. Either or. It doesn't really matter. But it's unfortunately that isn't local. Nobody in Carlow's doing sour apple liqueur yet. But we'll try.
Someone might start making one.
Maybe Walsh just might go into it.
I'm not going to drink it. It smells like an apple drop.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is kind of reminiscent of the childhood, like, I'm not going to lie. So basically all we do is we get it onto the stove. Sorry now guys. This one. I'll turn on the stove first with wet hands. That isn't going to work. No, I have this stove at home, it's okay. There it is. We're just going to turn that up kind of high. So we will add the apple juice to it and just give it something to stop the apple sticking, basically. And that's it. Nice and simple.
Using a bit of Walsh's apple juice.
This is local as well. In the meantime, we're going to start the pannacotta mix. Now, ideally, stage 1 is to make the apple puree, give it a good blitz, add the sour apple to it, and then we add that puree, we keep some of it aside, and we add most of it into the pannacotta mix. But I'm just going to kind of do everything at once here and hope for the best. So about 500 mils of Village Dairy cream-ish. The recipe has all the measurements in it, and 500 mils of Village Dairy milk-ish. Or that would be milk, but that could be cream, I'm not sure. Equal amounts anyway. A little bit of sugar. Again, I weighed all these out earlier on to try and speed up the time. Might work and might work. there's someone out there. Oh, sorry, I'd have been here anyway. Sorry, Rachel. I apologise. And we are going to turn the heat up here, literally. And just bring that to the boil. So as that's boiling, vanilla pod as well. The recipe says vanilla essence, just because it's kind of easier to get. A lot of times they come across these lads in any of the shops and they're absolutely brutal expensive. There's no point in doing it. You know, vanilla essence works just as well. I forgot to order some, so vanilla pod it is. And all we're just going to do is split the vanilla pod in half. Sorry, no use. Can't see that. Split in half. We go just along on the flat end, gently, without breaking it, just like I've done. And then we're going to just kind of scrape out some of the seeds, and we're going to put the whole pod in, and that's it. Nice and simple. Okay. In the meantime, we are going to start the peel. And again, like you can do this all at different stages. The beauty about this dessert is it can be made completely and utterly the day before. You don't have to do it that day. It's not like you're doing it on a Sunday dinner. You're not like you're trying to desperately get it out, and while you're you're trying to cook the roast. So hopefully this will work. I forgot I didn't have a hand liter work to this one from our home. So we'll see. I'll do it over here. So all we're doing is just incorporating the flour and the icing sugar.
So this is going to be on the menu at the Plumtree Bistro?
It will indeed. It'll be starting next week.
Fantastic.
And it's all about just, trying to get something as local as humanly possible.
Nice.
Like, some of the ingredients we use in this county are absolutely fabulous. Like, and I'm a great, I really try and promote what we have in the town or around the county. And it doesn't even have to be just Carlow. It can be just a little bit outside Carlow. There's Leach kind of argues about what's for the village area, but, sound.
The parameters stretch a bit. It's quite unusual seeing a head chef cooking a pastry course.
So there's two things there. The first one was I let the other lads decide what they want to do because it doesn't bother me. But I actually done this for 2 years in a Michelin-starred restaurant, so that's why it was kind of like it doesn't bother me as much as I would.
In Kilkenny.
Yeah, like Caolán in Kilkenny. Yeah, 7 years there.
Wow.
A bit hectic. I cooked for your mother-in-law there when she came out from IC.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I had a lovely meal there as well.
It's a good place to learn, but got married, came back to Carlow, just said, wanted to stay at home, wanted to kind of promote this town. And
is that your son?
The little rapscallion floating around there, I'm sure everyone's seen him. He was making he wanted to come up and help.
Oh, right there!
He's down there somewhere. That's him. So into the
Great, of course, no school tomorrow.
Dress up day for Halloween, but he insisted.
Oh, actually, yeah, my daughter's dressing up as her home economics teacher. Her home economics teacher is really nice, Miss Doyle. She's dressing up as Miss Doyle.
Hopefully this will work. Yeah, sure. It looks like it's going to work. Anyway, so as this is going on, the pannacotta mix is coming up, the apples are coming up, and just to speed some up, I got a little bit of the apple puree as well. Just
here's what I prepared earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yes. Made a lot of things earlier, just in case. Sorry.
So what else now is going to be happening at the Plumtree
Bistro
for Carlow Restaurant Week?
Well, aside from putting on the dish, we are lucky enough to be absolutely slammed busy anyway all next week and the week after. So unfortunately we couldn't do as much stuff as we wanted to. So we put on kids pumpkin carving. Just for a little bit of something, because everyone does something for adults, and then you have like the kind of the usual for the kids. And then it's like, no, bring them out. They all love carving pumpkin. I know my own little lad or my own kids love doing this sort of stuff with it. So hopefully that's happening next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, perhaps. Brilliant.
So
and also on Monday, the Woodford Dolmen Hotel won Leinster's best local hotel, I heard.
Apparently so.
Hotel Awards.
Yes. So that wasn't just sorry to interrupt.
No.
That wasn't just for like local food produce and all that sort of stuff. That's kind of to recognise the fact that we partner with a lot of groups around Carlow Town, such as the like the Chocolate Garden, the Castlecomer. I know that's not really around town, but the Discovery Park, cinemas, that sort of stuff. Thanks, Rachel. And we just try and get as much business. Come stay in the hotel. We'll give you a little, kind of bit of money off, vouchers to go here and there. Just to promote more people to come in and out of the town, rather than just staycation. That's what we want. We want staycation.
Yeah.
So we don't want this big carbon footprint of international tourism.
Yeah.
You all thought that was going to go over, didn't you?
Yes.
It nearly was. That would have been fun. So, in the meantime, I'm soaking.
Emergency exits.
Our location here, and that way. Soaking gelatine to set the panna cotta. Now, again, this stuff sometimes is easy to come by, sometimes it's hard to come by. It is, for this exact recipe in the book, I forgot to put it in, but if you powder gelatine is something that really can be got quite handily, and it's about 30 grams of powder gelatine to set that recipe that's on the recipe card. Okay, just because again, like this is a little bit hard to come by. So at this stage, or should be at this stage, the apple puree should be nice and soft, which it isn't. But at this stage, we'd add the apple liqueur for the adults version. Again, the amounts are in the book, but I just kind of, nice. And we'll go from there. So here's something we made earlier, just so that we were able to get this done. Sorry now. Put this open. So at this stage, the panna cotta mix, bring it to the boil, that's it. Take it off the heat. All the apple puree goes in. Okay? The 500 grams, give or take, into the recipe. Oh, of course you can.
Thank you.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, it's delicious.
There's whisk here somewhere. So we just want to stir this in off the heat. Now it's important to do this off the heat so that you don't start burning or scalding the flavour of the apple. So we're just going to let that kind of infuse, and hopefully that looks like a nice colour. Now, again, if you weren't using the apple liqueur, you could add a little bit of apple juice at this stage, but we're going to add a little bit more of the apple liqueur, just to kind of bring the colour up. But if you don't want to use that absolutely green food colour, just to make it look a bit more or less white or plain, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of going to bring the colour up and then make everyone really nice and relaxed after Sunday lunch or whatever you decide to make this. Nice and sleepy. So that's just going to set there. Sorry Rachel, I apologise. So for the tuile mix, we slowly add the flour. Hopefully this doesn't explode, but sure look. If it does, it does. No, we got it. And then the last thing we're going to make is the caramel. Right. Okay, it works. Kind of. Okay, so all this is just a generic tuile mix. That should be a vanilla tuile mix, and I just have realised I forgot to put the other vanilla pot into it. But it's okay, it still works. There's still plenty of sugar in it, and it doesn't have to be vanilla. You can kind of put any little flavour you want into it, maybe a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of mixed spice as we're getting closer to Christmas. Exactly, orange zest, it doesn't matter. The only thing is, it just has to sit in the fridge for about half an hour. That's it. You can, you can do a pint bag, you can just literally, where did I put it? I had a, sorry guys. So after this, we'll be resting in the fridge for half an hour. You literally just spread it onto the plate, and we have some that we done earlier, which is here. So all it is just, it's a little bit firmer, that's all, and it's like spreadable butter consistency nearly. And if we were doing it, we would literally do that, break it into shards, break it into pieces. You can do any kind of shapes with this one, and it's great for letting the kids do it as well, because they can literally get out the cookie cutters, they can get out the, the stone molds, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can just break pieces of it over a wooden rolling pin as it comes out of the oven, and it'll get nice shapes, real fancy looking and all that sort of crap. So that goes in the oven, and hopefully, yeah, it's kind of hot. Yeah, hopefully. Turn up the temperature just about to say. At this stage then we would puree our apples. So I'll make sure they're somewhat soft. Yeah, that'll work. And again, we just use the apple puree anyway, but again with this you're literally, okay, maybe we won't do that in that bowl, just say the uniform. But yeah, that's it. All you're doing is blitzing the apple, that's the apple flavour, into the panna cotta mix. Let that cool down a little bit, then we're just going to add the gelatine that we soaked, again either 30 grams or the 5 sheets that are in the recipe. give or take. The puree is quite dense anyway, so it'll help it set.
Yeah.
They should have gone around, or they did go around. They look like they've gone around. Okay, that's okay.
How is it? Is it delicious?
Okay. Right. So now we're going to try the really fun part, is the whiskey caramel. I'm sure everyone wants to know that. This is a weird one I came across. That normally, you know, I'm making caramel, caster sugar, a little bit of water. You bring it up to 180, nice and dark. Throw in whatever flavours you want. This one is actually honey and brown sugar at the start with the butter. Everything in the pan at once, and you're just literally going to cook it out for 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes until it just gets a nice little golden brown. It's actually the easiest caramel I've ever come across to make.
Yeah.
And this is where the whiskey goes in. So hopefully, again, this will work. You never know.
Can I just give a little shout
Go
out?
on, go on.
Because where's Rosemary? Rosie, where are you? She's here. There she is.
And again,
Rosemary and Bernard, her husband of Walsh Whiskey, started this 26 years ago, about, and I've known Rosemary for 30-something years. We were about 2 when we met each other, when you were studying at Ballymaloo, and big part of your...
I'm a supporter of Walsh Whiskey. I love the product. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's one of the best things that we've ever done. Like that. And it is. Oh, that's how you are. This. Now we get it. You see, we're used to gas hobs, we're used to fancy induction ones, we're not used to this sort of thing. So I'm guesstimating here now because most of the honey wouldn't come out for me. So it's literally the honey, the brown sugar, and the butter. Yeah, well, look, there was a long drive down to Ballymaloo that day, and there was a lot of experimenting with this dish. You know, I had to make it complete, just to make sure, just to get this recipe correct and spot on. So, you know, every time we had to do it, we had to put the whiskey into the caramel. There's no point doing it outside. So, the panna cotta is nice and cool, fridge cool, It's definitely going to be, is after sitting up for about 25 minutes, half an hour. Nice. And then we get our Dario molds. They can be glasses, they can be Dario molds, they can be whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. The only thing is, it'll take about 3 or 4 hours to set, and that'll be it. Do you know what I mean? So literally day before, absolutely last 2-3 days in the fridge, no problem. You literally put it in, you don't need to grease them, you don't need to do anything with it.
Would you like me just to taste that?
Just to make sure it's okay, yeah.
Just make sure.
You never know. And so this...
Oh my goodness. It's delicious.
Just make sure. She's really nice now, she'd say it's lovely.
It is.
That's all. So then when it comes to plating it, so for the restaurant week, I had... We did. So I initially had the dehydrated apple. There's no way that's on. Anyway, doesn't matter. I initially had the dehydrated apple on it, and then I kind of realised that this recipe is designed for people to take home and to cook, or to kind of add whatever they want into it themselves. You know, it doesn't have to be apple. It can be any flavour in the panna cotta. It can be any kind of berry, anything sweet. Whatever you want can go into it in the same sort of ratios. That's what's good about it. But then I was kind of thinking to myself, I have a fancy dehydrator in work. It's like Keen and these ovens, you know what I mean? I have all these toys that I can cook with in work. However, a dehydrated apple is going to take somewhere between 8 to 12 hours in your oven at home on the lowest setting. And I don't think anyone's going to do that. So that's why we kind of switched over to the Tweel. I, however, will be doing the dehydrated apple today, just for presentation-wise. And there's something prepared there, just make sure I keep saying that. That's about it. Same problem as that with the caramel. I just bring my own stuff just to make sure that we could plate it up, because that'll be ready in about another 8 minutes, give or take, which will be time we'll be finishing up, so we'll never have a chance again onto a plate. And all this is, another really good thing about these panna cottas is they literally are so easy. If you put them in a mold, the little pudding bowls, or the glasses or whatever, and you want to turn it out, you literally dip it into water for 5 seconds, okay? Break the seal. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Then we can start getting creative. This is some of the apple puree that we reserved in the recipe. Okay? We can can start going, ooh, different shapes, different dots, different sizes. Odd numbers always odd numbers.
Yeah.
That's what we were taught when we were going to culinary school. It just looks more pleasing to the eye. Then we're going to...
And these little squeezy bottles you can buy in
You can get
anywhere,
it doesn't matter.
for ketchup or mustard.
Yes.
Great.
And then we... Yeah, that's not going to be
I
right
just turned it
either.
on.
The dehydrated apple, again, we'll be doing this in the hotel. If you wanted to do it at home, yeah, we're going over time. Yeah. Okay, if you want to do it at home, you can just literally really thinly slice the apples, put them into the oven on really the lowest setting possible, and just kind of crispen them up. But other than that, it is not possible, so that's why we said we wouldn't do it. I'll clean up after, and here's the tweel that should be coming out of the oven, and that's the caramel that is just ready. Okay. Timing, great thing. So again, it just comes... Didn't happen. It just comes out in a shard like this. And then, again, just over the dessert, nice little bit crisp to it. And just really quickly, the caramel, if you're doing it, follow the recipe carefully, tiny bit off the heat. Okay? The reason we don't put the whiskey in at the start is because the whiskey will burn off and you actually won't taste it. So we just put a little bit in at the end, and that's it. And then that caramel, when it cools down, will literally be that caramel. Okay?
Absolutely. Right on. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. that was fun, wasn't it? Right, so if anyone in the hotel asked, the entirety of this bottle was used in this demo, okay?
How gorgeous. So in the caramel, it's the butter, the sugar, the honey.
And then just the whiskey at the end. So you can literally smell it. As I said, we're probably a little bit more, just if you're doing it. Again, I have it down in the recipe, but then it's just to taste or whatever. So.
And all of these recipes will be in these recipe leaflets that you'll be getting on your way out. So we expect to hear that you are all making this 3-course meal.
Which one do you want?
Oh,
this one done.
Tomorrow night.
Here. No, that's the one thing you cannot do with it, I'm afraid. Just because of the cream and the milk in it, even though we're boiling it, by the time it comes out, it'll just be waterlogged and whatever. Again, it is really simple. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely. You can make it 3 days before. As long as you wrap it down well and put it in the fridge. Not a problem. Okay. Right, any other questions?
Okay.
Good.
Any other questions?
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much for
Thank you so much.
So we're coming to the end of the night, and thank you all who supported the raffle so generously. I'm going to call on Rachel now to pull the winning tickets. Now we're not going to bring everything up to the main stage here. My colleague Mary Bogan, who is just there on the left-hand side as you exit the ballroom, she will have the prizes for you. So if you could pick the first one. Lovely. And the first prize is dinner for 2 in T.D. Malloy's restaurant, and you could have John cooking it for you and singing for you as well. So I learned a long time ago that the serial number is very important when I had 3 people running up to me at the same time for first prize. So it's a blue ticket, AA98 FW7B, and it's 426 to 430. 426 to 430.
Oh, yes.
So if you could just come up with it, and I'll have a very quick look. Brilliant, lovely. So my colleague Mary has your voucher for you. So the second prize then, we move on to Carlow Farmers Market, and we had such brilliant support from the market in organising tonight, and a lot of the members are here around the room. So again, another blue ticket, 1R9D FW79, and it's number 91 to 95. And remember, the farmers market is at Potato Market in the centre of the town every Saturday morning between 9 and 2. And I think this lady has has the winner.
Fantastic.
And it is 91 to 95, 1RT. Excellent. So again, my colleague Mary, and I'll give you those two back because you might win again, you never know. Now, the third prize then is a €40 voucher for the Goodley Barrow Cafe, and down on the banks of the River Barrow in Ballyellen, near Gores Bridge on the Carlow side. So it's 1R9D FW79, and it's 146 to 150. And oh lovely, if you just come through, come up. And just this Sunday, the Goodley Barrow will celebrate what they call the Not So Humble Potato Day, with a range of dishes alongside their own menu, all focused on the Carlow Rooster, which was created here in Oak Park. So it's on from... Are you the lady that... Will you come with your ticket to me? Lovely, so that is correct. No, it's the wrong serial number. 1R9D FW79, 146 to 150. Oh, Catherine.
Who?
Because again, for running raffles, I've got into awful trouble. So I'll tell you what the prizes are, and I'm putting no value on any of them. So it's up to yourself to choose what you'd like. We have two lovely hampers featuring Walsh Whiskey, Malone's Fruit Farm, Series Cakes, and Sunshine Juice. We have another hamper from Carlow Brewing Company. There's a lovely t-shirt there as well. And we have another hamper from Sunshine Juice, featuring all their great range of juices. And then we have 3 books, all signed by Rachel, of our various books. So I made the mistake of putting the books down as the last prize once, and the personality wasn't half as nice as Rachel and oh God, did I get into trouble.
Did you?
Yeah. 721 to 725. It's AA98 FW7B. AA98 FW7B. 721 to 725. And it is Maureen Morgan. Now, no, it's 721. 721. AA98 FW7B. It has to be. No, that's the wrong serial number. Liz, AA98 FW7B. Lovely, that is the right one, so you'll make your way across to Mary. Okay, our next one then, Rachel.
Okay.
And they're all blue. 106 to 110. 1R9D FW79. 1R9D FW79. And that is exactly correct, and I'll give you back the other 2 because you might win again. And just go over to Mary. Lovely, we'll keep going.
Great, okay, next one.
AA98 FW7B, and it's a 446 to 450. 446 to 450. AA98 FW7B. 446 to 450. AA98 FW7B. No, we don't seem to have a taker in the house. We'll go again, Rachel. Oh! Right. Now, if you could come up to me. No. I'm very sorry, but it's a no. Okay, so our next winner. Oh, I might be able to help you this time. AA935W7B, and you just need 441 to 445. No. 441 to 445, AA935W7B, and we have a winner.
Oh, yes?
AA93, yes, that's it, and you just go over to my colleague. Lovely.
Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's
So, it's 481 to 485, AA935W7B. 481 to 485, AA935W7B. Okay.
okay.
We have 76 to 80, the serial code AA98FW7B. AA98FW7B. And it's a 76 to 80. Do we have? No.
Yes, I think we do.
We do. Lovely. So if you go to my colleague over beyond. And now we have 696 to 700, AA935W7B. 696 to 700, AA935W7B. Lovely. Excellent. Yeah. So we're down to the last two now, Rachel, and we are at 131 to 135. 1R9D FW79. 1R9D FW79. 131 to 135. That's the last one. Sorry. Thank you, Mary. So, do we have a no. Oh. Have we somebody? Now, as we're about to come to the end of proceedings, I'm just, before we conclude formally, I'm going to hand over to Dan McInerney of Carlow Lions Club. So if you go to my colleague now.
Hi, how are you?
Hello everybody. I've known Eileen for a long time and I think she deserves a huge round of applause. Also to the hotel, Michael and all the hotel staff for all the work they've done here tonight. Michael is one of our Lions members, so it's great for me to be able to congratulate him up here. I think you'll all agree that's a wonderful night's entertainment, and you know, the reaction from all of you has been brilliant. As representative of the Lions Club here, we're delighted to have been associated with tonight. It's different for us this year in that it's most of you will be familiar with our annual Christmas food appeal, but to have the opportunity here tonight to actually kick it off in this fashion is really great for us. And I'd ask you, I'd thank every one of you who has contributed to it. Maybe some of you didn't really know what you were contributing to, but it's great, as I say, that we've been able to kick off like this tonight. So the first and second weekends in December, you'll see us at the various supermarkets as usual, carrying out the food appeal for the needy among our society, and Lord knows there's many of them. So I'd ask that you remember that if you come across us at the supermarket doors on the 1st and 2nd week of December. So on behalf of Carlow Lions Club, I thank you all very, very much.
Thank you, Jan. So just one final piece of housekeeping. As you leave this evening, my colleagues are on the right-hand side. There's a little bag for everybody. There are a couple of little goodies in there. And also there are 3 pieces of material. One, the recipe card for tonight. The second is the Halloween programme. And there's a great Halloween programme in Carlow, brought together for the first time this year into one centralised programme by Kieran in the local enterprise office and his colleagues. And it features 5 venues in Carlow. Visual, Carlow Arts Centre, Duckett's Grove Historic House and Walled Gardens, the Library, Delta Sensory Gardens, which many of you will be familiar with, and then there's a whole programme based around the exchange with Active Carlow as well. And the final element that's in the bag from a material perspective is the programme for Carlow Restaurant Week, and also all the dishes that are featuring as part of the week as well in each of the 12 members. So please do take it home, please have a look at it, tell your friends, tell your family, and support the great food producers, the drink producers, and all the hospitality premises that we have, because it is a difficult time for tourism operators in terms of rising costs, wage bills, everything that goes with it. And anything that we could do to support local keeps jobs in our county and keeps the profile of Carlow very strong. Thank you very much for your attendance, and we look forward to seeing you all around next week. Thank you.